Of all the parts of Medicare, Medicare Part D, the prescription drug plan, seems to be the most confusing part. For the next few minutes, consider me your drug connection as I take you through Medicare Part D. Medicare Part D prescription drug plans are regulated by the federal government but administered by private insurance companies. There are two ways to get a Part D prescription plan. Standalone prescription drug plans, also known as PDPs. Don't you just love all the acronyms? Really clears the confusion, doesn't it? Or through some Medicare Advantage plans. All Medicare Part D plans are structured the same. The federal government regulates the structure. There are 3 stages to Part D plans: initial coverage, coverage gap, also known as the donut hole, and catastrophic coverage. Many, but not all, Part D plans have a deductible, and all have some coinsurance. In initial coverage, you pay your deductible first if you have one, then you share the cost of your drugs with your plan provider, the insurance company. You pay your part, your coinsurance, and they pay the remainder of the drugs cost. When the total amount spent on your drugs, what you have paid plus what your insurance plan has paid, reaches $2,840, you enter the coverage gap. Please note that $2,840 is the magic number for 2011, and this amount usually changes each year. Don't let the donut fool you. This stage of Part D is no party. You pay all the cost of your drugs while you are in the coverage gap. There is some good news though. For 2011, there is up to a 50% discount on the cost of drugs while in the gap. There's legislation in place to phase out the coverage gap over the next several years. You stay in the coverage gap until your total costs reach $4,550. Your total costs include what only you spent in the initial stage, plus what you have spent in the coverage gap. The $4,550 does not include the amount your insurance company has paid towards your drugs. When your cost goes over $4,550, you move into the catastrophic coverage. $4,550 is the magic number for 2011, and it can change every year. The cost you pay for drugs is significantly reduced in the catastrophic coverage. You pay $2.50, $6.30, or 5% of the drug cost, depending on how the drug is classified. Should you reach catastrophic coverage, you remain there through the end of the year. It all starts over from the very beginning every January 1st. You may only enroll in Medicare Part D prescription plans at certain times. Everyone has an initial enrollment period 3 months before and 3 months after you become eligible. That's your 65th birthday for most people. Failing to enroll when you are first eligible may result in a penalty being added to your premium should you decide to enroll later. There is an annual enrollment each year. This is generally the only time you may change from one plan to another or enroll in a plan if you missed your initial enrollment period. October 15th through December 7th is the annual enrollment for 2011. There are some situations that allow for special enrollment periods. What should you consider when you choose a Part D plan? Look at premiums, deductibles, initial copays, and coverage in the gap. Insurance companies may charge whatever premium they choose, but a higher premium does not necessarily mean better benefits. Plans may have deductibles of up to, but not more than $310. Insurance companies are allowed to set the coinsurance or copays that you pay for your drugs in the initial coverage or the first stage. Some plans offer minimum coverage for some drugs, usually generics, in the coverage gap. What is the penalty if you didn't enroll when you were first eligible? Well, it's 1% of the average previous year's plan premium. So what does that mean? If the average premium was $36 last year, 1% of $36 is 36 cents. 36 cents will be added to your plan premium for every month you were without a plan after you were first eligible. For example, if you went 12 months without a plan, 36 cents times 12 months is $4.32. $4.32 would be added to your plan premium each month. Well, that's a lot of information, so let's do a quick review. Medicare Part D prescription plans are regulated by the federal government but administered by private insurance companies. All plans are structured the same. You may be charged a penalty if you fail to enroll when you were first eligible, and with some special exceptions, you may join late or change plans only during annual enrollment period. For answers to your Medicare questions, go to MedicareAnswersFromConnie.com.